How are we looking? How are we looking? Looking good? We're looking good. You're looking good. Okay, well, it feels like it's been ages since we did a ranking of the best movies of the year. It has. It's been like a year. Well, not much has happened during that time, has it? Well, apart from the 10 best movies of the year, they all came out. So let's get into it. The best movies of 2025. Standard caveat obviously being that only movies released post Oscars 2025 are included in my list. If you released your movie before the Oscar ceremony in 2025 because you wanted a little bald gold man, well then you don't get to have a sugar map. She gave me a pens. Sugar maps. Catchy. It's really quite simple. You got to pick your priorities. It's too far away. I'd have to include movies like, I don't know, The Brutalist and A Real Pain. That was a long time ago. I'm not having it. No. Number 10. Twinless. Well, this was a simply sublime indie flick coming from the remarkably impressive mind and mouth of up-and-coming sprindly sprite camp man-child James Sweeney.
Hey, how do you know if lemons are ripe?
It's yellow. Unripe lemons are green.
So why do they got so many unripe ones out?
Those are limes.
Starring the increasingly excellent Dylan O'Brien, who, it has to be said, has frankly astounded anyone who has ever watched movies by his ability to shake off the career death knell that could have come along with the quality depreciating Maze Runner movies.
Are you okay?
Can you not laugh at me? I know I'm not like the brightest tool in the shed, but I don't appreciate it.
Yeah, of course, I'm sorry.
If I get something wrong, tell me, because then I can know better.
Would now be a good time to point out, I think you meant to say sharpest tool in the shed?
And turn in glorious performances in Love and Monster, and now this, which, dare I say it, has been one of the finest performances of the year. It's probably kind of like the best same actor dual performance since like Nicolas Cage in Adaptation.
Thanks a lot, buddy. Cool.
Perfectly playing by the rules of this generation's ideals for comedy dramas whilst also contorting the edges of the boundaries that circle the genre with some truly interesting choices with the script and direction.
I don't think you should stay here. I don't think it's good for you.
Oh, come on. You don't know what's good for me. Mom, you never knew what was good for me.
All right, okay. Well,
you
then,
kidding me?
never mind. I won't help
Good.
you. You can do all
That's
of
what I'm
this
saying.
yourself. I'll go back to the hotel. Don't call me.
Good. Good for fucking you.
Time out! Roman, you need help.
You need help.
This movie ends up being like perfectly packaged in a beautiful heart-shaped box. And I implore you to seek it out if you haven't already. Number 9. Good Boy. Not you. A dog's there. Okay, I'm not saying that I had already decided that bar a fiasco, this was a dead cert for a place in my top 10 movies of the year as soon as I heard the synopsis, but truth is, I had already decided that bar a fiasco, this was a dead cert for contending for a place in my top 10 movies of the year as soon as I heard the synopsis. A supernatural horror movie shot entirely from the perspective of a dog. The idea is perfection, the execution is outstanding, and the performance, well, I'm not the first to say it and I won't be the friggin' last. This dog can act. It's better than Dylan O'Brien's in Twinless, this performance. I'm telling you. Indy, the four-legged, furry-faced fucking Fantismo is absolutely phenomenal. I haven't seen a screen presence like this since, like, Michael Shannon in Take Shelter or Robert Redford in All Is Lost. It's like the best debut role ever, and he doesn't even have a famous parent. Number 8, Sorry Baby. Another movie in the ilk of Twinless, a comedy drama that addresses age-old issues with a refreshingly modern sensitivity. And in writer Eva Victor, we have another supremely talented emerging talent. A truly bittersweet tale of friendship, trauma, depression and ultimately hope, delivered with a wry humour that lives long in the mind.
You want me to pick you up? Well, fuck. This is really nice. I guess, yep. I love you. You wanna come get coffee?
This is like sucking on a super sour sweet. Both strangely delightful and at the same time, in places, somewhat wince-inducing. Oh, and for balance, on the previous movie, there's a nice cat in this one.
Did you bring a cat into the grocery store?
No.
Yes, you did.
What did you say?
You're lying.
No, I'm not.
Is your cat food?
Number 7, Marty Supreme. Okay, we get it. Timothy Chalamet to the yay is a fucking good actor. Surprisingly not good on press tours though. And with at least one of the Safdie brothers, we have a director that can direct without the other one. Albeit there's a significant slice of the ickety-yicketies when it comes to either of them. But the biggest miracle in this movie is that the performance of Gwyneth Paltrow didn't make me want to skull myself and dip my brain in a bowl of leeches and lime.
Nice.
This movie is frenetic. This movie is chaos. This movie is exhilarating. This movie is also pretty much about nearly nothing that you've ever cared about in your life. And, you know, I don't mind that. This is like absolutely mesmerising cinematic joy.
Unless you're planning on shutting down the event, we got nothing to discuss. You think it's that simple? Yeah, I do.
Let me explain to you. I was born in 1601. I'm a vampire. I've been around forever. I've met many Marty Mouses over the centuries. Some of them crossed me, some weren't straight, they weren't honest, and those are the ones that are still here. You go out and win that game, you're gonna be here forever too. You'll never be happy. You will never be happy.
All right. Okay, Mr. Rockwell.
Number 6, Solomaine's Story. From a movie about pretty much nothing important to a movie so strikingly relevant it should pretty much be law to have to endure. 'Cause endure it you will. This is crushing. There are so many instances within this beautifully condensed 93 minutes that might make you not only give up hope for Solomain, but also yourself and the world in general. It tells the story of an asylum-seeking cyclist who delivers meals in Paris, who only has 2 days to prepare for a crucial interview which will determine his residence permit status. It is a tale depicted with such vividness, such realism, such earthly truth that you'll grit your teeth and bite your lip just to stop it quivering. Which is a poetic reflex in itself, considering the story in hand. Suffer the pain to stop the sadness.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
Votre commande, s'il vous plaît.
C'est passé quoi avec le sac là?
Rien, madame. Enfin, j'ai un accident, mais c'est rien.
Excusez-moi, mais il est complètement froissé.
S'il vous plaît, madame, il n'y a rien qui a renversé. Vous voyez bien dedans.
Bah oui, je vois bien que le sac est dégueulasse. Alors, regardez, il est complètement froissé.
Madame, regardez dedans. C'est sec. C'est juste un...
Non, mais je vais pas le prendre.
S'il vous plaît, madame, on ne fait pas ça.
Oh non, monsieur.
S'il vous plaît, madame.
Oh,
ça,
s'il vous plaît, monsieur, je ne veux pas prendre le sac. Oh!
Abu Sangari is frankly incredible in the lead role. A debut performance of pretty much unimaginable gravitas. This is a must-see for us all. Number 5. One battle after another. In honesty, considering the real world events that both Solomon's story and One Battle After Another mirror, it was pretty hard to separate the two. And the only reason that One Battle After Another comes out on top is the sheer rewatchability.
If you don't give me the rendezvous point, I swear to God, I will hunt you down and stick a loaded fucking hot piece of dynamite right up your fucking asshole.
Okay, this doesn't feel safe. You're violating my space right now.
Violating your space? Man, come on, what kind of revolutionary are you, brother? We're not even in the same room here. We're talking on the phone, like men.
Okay, there's no need to shout. This is a violation of my safety. These are noise triggers.
Fucking noise trigger. Listen, I want to know something. I want to know one thing when this is all said and done. What is your name? I need to know your name.
My name is
Yeah.
Comrade Josh.
Comrade Josh. Well, get a better name, Comrade Josh. That's a fucking ridiculous name for a revolutionary.
The direction is glorious, the script is mighty, the acting on show is pretty much faultless, and the whole thing whizzes by like a maniac on the run. It'll win Best Picture. It isn't the Best Picture, but it's pretty damn good. Number 4. Weapons. While everyone else was still banging on about Sinners, or as a good friend calls it, From Dixie Till Dawn, which is great, Weapons came running down the lane and smacked anyone with good sense back onto the intelligent and narrow. Following on from his work on the surprisingly excellent Barbarian, Zach Krieger, I'm going with Krieger, Krieger's far too Kruger, has announced himself as a man after Robert Eggers' crown as the best young voice in horror. Side note, remember when Neil Marshall of Dog Soldiers and The Descent fame had that crown? He had it like bolted to his head for nigh on 5 years, until like the screws span loose with shocking rapidity with movies like Centurion and Doomsday. You can probably now find Neil Marshall propping up like a side pillar at a Comic-Con near you soon. So sad am I. But back to Weapons. Julia Garner is, as always, excellent. Josh Brolin is reliably great. But Amy Madigan, god damn, does she have some serious acting chops about her.
I think she cut my hair.
I'm calling 911.
Marcus, I think she cut my hair. Marcus, what did she do?
Marcus? Marcus?
This movie was so much fun. I think this is actually the most fun I had in the cinema last year. But that might be because they ran out of non-alcoholic beer and I was forced to get politely bladdered. Thank you, Weapons. Number 3. Black Bag. I do love a good espionage movie, and boy oh boy oh boy oh boy oh boy oh boy oh boy was this a good espionage movie. I also like an espionage movie that doesn't make me feel like an unrelenting idiot. Take note, Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. This is like Marriage Story meeting A History of Violence and getting joined in holy matrimony by the man from Uncle. Steven Soderbergh is still on top form behind the camera, and Michael Fassbender and Cate Blanchett are as joyous as ever to watch. It's also nice to see Tom Burke pop up in another delightful supporting role.
Have you ever physically assaulted a significant other during an argument?
Oh, you know I have.
Again, yes or no?
Yes. Enthusiastically.
But the real star here is the script. And the real celebrity here should be the script writer, David Cope. He's like the man holding the pen on so many of my favourite movies, whether they're like guilty pleasures or bona fide works of art. Look at this roll call. Toy Soldiers, Death Becomes Her, Jurassic Park, Carlito's Way, Mission Impossible, Snake Eyes, Premium Rush, Secret Window, Stir of Echoes. The man rarely drops an ink blot. I mean, he did also write Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, but hey, that was perfect. Number 2, Companion. I've watched this 4 times already now and it never wanes on me. That might be because I find myself wanting to be Jack Quaid's best friend for some reason. Not because of his role in this movie. Oh no. His role in this movie is an absolute cock. He just kind of comes across like a good egg. And I like his mum and dad. We could have dinner. Companion is an absolute nailed-on, soon-to-be, if it isn't already, understated cult classic. It's like Barbie meets Her, garnished with a slice of fresh and sprinkled on top with a healthy dollop of Ready or Not. Delightfully twisty without relying too heavily on any reveal. This is a true feminist masterpiece. The script may hit a bit heavy on the nose towards the end, but by that point, if you haven't squealed with excitement or surprised or cheered a "yeah, fuck you" at least 3 times by then, I think you might have sat on the remote control and found yourself watching Don't Worry Darling by mistake. You poor bastard.
Cat does.
Yeah, maybe, but Cat hates everybody.
I just don't want to screw everything up.
Come on, Beep Boop, you're not going to screw everything up. Just relax. You know, don't be all mopey and weird. Just remember to smile and act happy. Okay?
Takeaway from this one, Sophie Thatcher is a fecking star. Number 1. Train Dreams. Right, that's it. Yep, it's decided. I have decided. It is true. It's not an opinion. It's fact. The world is round. That's a camera. This hat is on. Train Dreams is the best movie of the year. Cinematography wise, I think this might actually be perfect. Similar to There Will Be Blood, everything looks like an immediately immortal shot, soon to go down in the annals of movie history under the title, This Is How Things Should Be Done.
The dead tree is as important as the living one. There must be something for us to learn from that.
What if you got nothing left to give? What then?
World needs a hermit in the woods as much as a preacher in the pulpit, you know?
Yeah.
Joel Edgerton is, as always, and I mean as always, absolutely infallible. Felicity Jones is wondrous. And this is the best I've seen William H. Macy since, I don't know, The Cooler? Clearly taking inspiration from Terrence Malick, director Clint Bentley has woven a patchwork quilt of unwavering magnificent magnitude and packed in more life than Malick's own Tree of Life to each stitch that it at regular beats will bring honest tears to your eyes.
We're but children on this earth, pulling bolts out of a Ferris wheel, thinking ourselves to be gods.
That's horseshit. I've been to Washington, too. Cut all up through Canada and back down again. There's enough logs for us to cut for 1,000 years. And then when the last one's cut, well, first one will be grown up as big as anything around today.
I remember thinking the same thing when I was a young man. They're the same thing.
There are elements here of Into the Wild, the assassination of Jesse James, and also more than a hefty punch of the life truths that can be found in movies such as Paris, Texas and The Beasts of the Southern Wild. This movie is absolutely remarkable on so many levels. The only thing that could have improved this is by having like Johnny Greenwood on the soundtrack. But you get Nick Cave. And that's kind of like wanting a 7-0 win when you're already up by 6. There it is, there you go, that's the list. Now, allow me to do a quick rundown of all the movies that ever so narrowly missed out on the top 10. The top 10, by the way, not just mine, the. The Ballad of Wallace Island, Ethos, Friendship, Lurker, Nuremberg, The Baltimoreans, Sovereign, Sentimental Value, Little Amelie, or The Character of Rain. Oh yeah, go on then. K-pop Demon Hunters. That's it. That's me done. I'm off to go and find a David Cope movie that I haven't seen. Or burn my copy of The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Both, I think you'll agree, very worthy endeavours. Laters.
I did that.